engines roaring, feel the beat. Ryan and John can't be beat. On the fast lane, so sleek. Gotta rev up, hit the street. Ooh yeah, fast lane, all night. Feel the speed, feel the light. Join the ride, hold on.
Hi, I'm Jason Statham, and when I'm in Cape Town, I like to listen to my boys John and Ryan on the fast lane. You need to listen too, or I'll find you and break you. That sounded like Jason Statham, everybody. It was a pretty good Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Or Vinnie Jones. Hey guys, welcome back. It's the Fast Stain. I wasn't about to call it the Fart Lane. Fart Stain. Fast Lane, proudly brought to you by our friends eBet, OneBet, as well as Sunderland Private Wealth and Breitling. John, what a week it's been. A very quiet week in terms of four wheels, but two wheels have been very busy. Brad Binder had a great weekend last weekend.
Yeah, Motorland, Oregon, great event for him. I think they really struggled. Sorry, I'm saying Motorland, Oregon. I'm two races back. It actually was the Messina, San Marino track in Italy. And it was nice to see him a little bit best of the rest, but more competitive, but still struggling. It just, I don't know what it is. They just cannot keep the pace up. They seem to struggle with tyre degradation. But you think they would have sorted it out by now. But the Ducati is definitely the bike to be on. I mean, you've seen Marc Marquez getting 2 back-to-back wins. And some say that watch the space. But you know what I really enjoy about him? I don't know if you've seen. The MotoGP's caught on to having a DJ on the podium.
Yeah.
And the music starts playing, and the next minute, Marquez starts doing this.
He starts getting into it.
He gets into it, and he's like doing the what do you call it? The watering the grass.
Watering the sprinklers.
You know, picking an apple.
Cardboard box.
And he just going.
Cardboard box. Cardboard box.
And I think, like, if I look at him as a Honda Repsol rider, and I think sometimes when you're a factory rider at that extent, you can't be playful. But now with Gresini, he can kind of just bring out his natural self, and I quite like that because he was quite conservative before. Remember, he wasn't like a Valentino Rossi.
No.
So nice to see him celebrating and doing well. And I think, next year is going to be super exciting. But hopefully Brad can get onto the podium and start winning more races.
From two wheels back to four wheels we go. Formula One weekend awaits.
Baku, my brew.
Baku. I back you.
Yeah. I back you too.
Big news and big noise out of Aston Martin's camp, and quite strange because if you watched the grid walk for Martin Brundle's pit walk a couple of weeks ago, he asks Lance Senior, he says to him, "Hey, listen, tell us the news a little bit about," and then Lance was like, "No, there's no news.
Yeah.
Give us the announcement we've been waiting for." So a little bit of tongue-in-cheek go. Obviously, Martin knew. Obviously, it's been negotiated for the past couple of months. Jeremy Clarkson came out saying he spoke about this a couple of months ago, saying that Adrian Newey was property shopping near the Aston Martin team factory. Yeah,
I think they live quite close to each other now. So he obviously saw them there going to look at houses. But I mean, Mr. Stroll, I mean, what a businessman, obviously. And he must have put quite a deal together. But in saying that, I think Newey wanted to take on the challenge. I think he likes that. Whereas Ferrari are kind of on the up at the moment, whereas he takes a team like Aston that are doing mid-pack and takes them to winning ways. So I think it's going to be very exciting. Some saying one person is going to make the difference. Isn't it more of a team effort? Yeah, sure. But I think he gets, someone said, what is he can see air or something. Someone was saying he's like the guru, you know, he just gets flow and aerodynamics. So let's see. I think this is going to be ultimately a big test. Alonso, I'm thinking, everybody must be sitting there going, oh my gosh, give me a winning car. Here we come. And highly motivated too if he can get a winning car.
To that point, how many seasons do you think he'll still have at Aston Martin?
I think if the car's competitive, he want to win a championship.
Even if he wins a championship, there's going to come a part where Stroll Senior is going to go, enough.
Yeah, I think he's about 1 or 2 seasons away from that anyway.
Yeah.
You know, but I think he wants to extract as much experience out of Alonso to pass on to his son.
What about all this track talk and pit talk around Max Verstappen now that Adrian Newey is going across, the relationship souring between Christian Horner and Max Verstappen? Obviously, his dad, Jos, has played a massive role in stabbing knives in the relationship from last season or the season even before that. How does that bode for Aston Martin fans? Do you think that's a reality? We'll see Max Verstappen at Aston Martin?
Yeah, I think Max a pure racer, so he's going to be wanting to go wherever he can win. I don't think it's always, there's an element of money, but
Lance really look at this and go, this is a good move.
It's a tricky one. As a businessman, definitely a good move. As a father with a son in a team that wants to win a championship, not so much, because as we've seen, Max doesn't do well as the bridesmaid. So he wants to dominate and win. So I don't know. He was talking about Le Mans now recently, saying, Alonso, him, and maybe Nick de Vries. Actually, it's quite funny that he mentions him, because remember, he got fired from Red Bull. But he's saying he's light and he's fast, so he'd make a good teammate to do Le Mans. So Max, he's always playing the games, always talking about doing other things. So I don't think we'll see Max in Formula One for much longer. I get the feeling he'll go on to do other formulas and
you think
race.
he's going to stop Formula One?
I think he doesn't want to go and break records. He's not going to be a Lewis Hamilton or Mick Schumacher. That's just Mike Schumacher. I just don't see him doing that. I honestly think he'll go on to do other formulas.
I would love to have Lawrence's kind of money. I would love to be able to throw that kind of money around, have a son, and then just buy the team and then buy the manufacturer and pave a way to a world title, possibly. Anyway,
I just love the way he is as a businessman, because he'll go like 2 minutes to 10, he's got to go.
Yeah,
he'll be in the meeting. He goes, I'm out, cheers, on his plane. Boom, next meeting. It's just like on it. He's just like, he's quite something. I mean, but you don't make that kind of money by not being on it. So
100%. Right. Local motor racing this weekend. What's happening?
Yeah, drag racing. They got this pro mod coming down to race at Killarney. I'm assuming it must be a 5 to 6 second car. I know they're much quicker in the States, but I don't know if our circuit allows it to go to those speeds. But man, if you've ever stood next to one of those drag racing pro mods, Ryan, it vibrates through your whole system. It's just this, and then bang, like it shifts the ground as it takes off down the straight. So go and watch that. And then we got also some sound shaking stuff happening, sound and show also on at the same time, with some spinning, which is on the far side of the track. It's that square like kind of area there where the guys are going to be doing some spinning. So different to what we normally see at Killarney International Raceway, but also quite exciting and something different to go take the family down. That's on Saturday, to go and have a look at all of that.
Outside of the world of motorsport, a huge good luck to Martin Riedlinghuis and the team of Racket and Ball going over to go and play in Budapest. They're off next week to go and represent Team South Africa, going to take on a contingency of players in Budapest. And huge thanks to, like I said, Racket and Ball, and specifically to Justin Tavares and the amazing work that he's put into getting these players to go over there. Justin, a huge thanks to you. And I can't wait to see how these guys do. It's great for the sport. It's great to for the sport locally. And of course, internationally. Yeah,
it's one of the fastest growing sports at the moment. So it's nice to see that local people are getting behind our paddle players to present. And it costs a lot of money to do any of these things. So nice that they're getting the support that they need. Have you seen that Breitling has got a pop-up shop in Zurich?
In Zurich. It's a museum, 140 years of Breitling.
That's so cool.
Pop-up store. It's the most incredible interactive store as well. And if you're anywhere near Zurich and you'd like to go and have a look at it, let us know as well.
1946 or 41, the history that they had
18.
there. Is it 18?
Sorry,
that's
18.
Right. Sorry, 18. Yeah. That's quite cool. I think that's becoming quite a new thing. These pop-up stores and these type of events.
Pop-up stores, these type of events, and of course the fact that a brand like that's just history. So rich in its history. The provenance of the brand going way back to the 1800s, and taking a look at some of the history of the fabulous brand that was started and formed by Leon Breitling back in the 1800s. Now, a lot of people say, "What is that red top doing on the table?" That's been there throughout the course of this episode. And I would just want to say a huge thanks, because a very close friend of mine, Salim, who's the pharmacist at VitaCare, or one of the VitaCares, has brought me this. This is the latest Liverpool. I'm sorry, Man United fans and everybody else. This is the latest Liverpool home kit. What makes this one extra special is if I flip it around, ladies and gentlemen, it has the signature of one Mohamed Salah. There it is on the back of this brand new Liverpool home top. And like I said, that's very special indeed to be able to have a Mo Salah signed Liverpool top.
It's quite hard to get that top. I think there's a bit of a waiting list for those top.
The new home kit's very hard to find, and a bit of a waiting list on that. So happy to have my hands on one that fits and bears the Mo Salah signature on it. So that's a little bit cool.
Very cool.
A huge thanks again to Salim for arranging that for me. Now let's talk a little bit about what we've been driving this week. Let's have a quick look at this. In the fast lane once again, John, busy week. So many cars that we've been through. The new GT63, which is coming to a video soon. Watch the space in the next couple of weeks. But the new EQE 350 Plus. Why don't they just call it an electric 350? Done. EQE 350 Plus. A range monster. Fully charged will get you almost 550 kilometers.
But the space in it is just ridiculous. And like you say, these cars are just getting more clever. They're getting longer range. and just more drivable. We just got to find more plug points, but slowly that's growing too.
Well, listen, range anxiety is no longer a thing, obviously, with the bigger range. What I found is the car's got more than enough power. I mean, I've driven the 450. We've had that in the test fleet for a little bit as well.
Yeah.
350 really does all the 450 can do. Obviously not as powerful, but hey, plenty of power because it's an electric car. So it literally shoots off the line. Before you know it, you're doing way beyond legal speeds. Really is a great all-round car. So Mercedes-Benz from the EQE 350, which obviously comes in slightly cheaper than the 450, we come across to a classic, and it's always a pleasure to get one of these to try and drive. It's a standard Carrera 911. It's the 992 Generation 2. We spoke about it briefly last week.
Yep.
It's still with us. Going to be replaced shortly by another Porsche, but what a great value car. It's got the sport pack on it, and unfortunately this one I believe is sold. So a Roller Luxury Collection to Brandon and the team. I know I was going to say some great things a little bit about the vehicle and about how awesome it sounds. The first 3-liter twin turbocharged 911. It's the first time they started turbocharging was on the 911 991 Generation 2. This 3-liter twin turbo really putting out 272 kilowatts of power, enough newton meters of torque. It really, in this configuration with this gearbox, will do 0 to 100 in about 4.2 seconds. As Lexi comes to say hello to us in the background over there. Folks, these are the two cars in the fleet this week. We look forward to... what did you drive? Did you drive anything interesting lately?
No, I didn't actually. This week was a bit quiet. I was actually on some wine farms driving that new buggy, the Can-Am buggies, which was actually really cool.
Yeah.
Something different. Big tires, big off-road. I'll share a picture on our podcast and social media. You can have a look there. But that was quite cool, wandering out. And as the weather gets a little bit better, we're going to be more out and about in Cape Town. So more recreational toys that we'll be using this coming summer.
Can't wait. Like, subscribe, and if you've got something interesting for us to drive, let us know as well in the comments below.
So there we go. The 911 we've had from Roller Luxury Collection for a while. It's been in the stable. Now, John, as people watch this, it'll be day 2 of the Myriad Mountain Masters taking place out in the Cederberg. I've never cycled in the Cederberg. It's a special place.
Yeah.
The Tankwa, for those mountain bikers out there, it's Callio Guest Farm. It's a beautiful guest farm. But importantly, Myriad Mountain Masters is about a group of individuals that love to cycle on their mountain bikes, love to get out and enjoy the outdoors, and do it in some of the best places in South Africa. Have a look at this.
Road trip in time, of course, in this Toyota GRS, part of the fast lane setup. And so far, very first stop, put petrol in, Hilux diesel, it's GRS 2.8 litre engine. My man over there giving it a good clean. Thanks, buddy. And of course, this is what I'm going to be using for the next couple of days, Myriad Mountain Masters. And I'll be on this. Yes, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking it's an e-bike. What you doing on an e-bike? Well, the truth is that, two things. One, I don't think I'm that fit enough to be doing 50 Ks a day on a bike through the mountains. So I decided to go the e-bike route, also to make it more enjoyable. I want to be out there, I want to enjoy the mountains, I want to shoot footage on my GoPro and have a good time. So I've got the e-bike. It's from Specialized. It's a Turbo Levo. It's really an amazing bike. For those of you who don't have the time to go out and train on the mountains every single day, I would suggest looking into one of the most incredible bikes like that. So filling up with the diesel, just having a quick look to see what this diesel is going to cost me, because I haven't filled up in a while. We're on 1,200 Rand already. It's only my second tank of petrol in this car, believe it or not, and I've owned the car for 2 months. So very lucky. Completely packed inside. I've got a smart cap canopy, and inside there enough goodies to last me for a couple of days. But all in all, check the tire pressure. Is going to be doing a little bit of off-roading to get to Callio Guest Farm, I think, and I'll go and do a bit of exploring while I'm there as well. 3 days of incredible action. Myriad Mountain Masters, here we come. Just have a look at this out in, of course, the Cederberg, on this beautiful guest farm called Callio, which is available throughout the year to come and book one of these, maybe a little cottage. If not a cottage, there's plenty of accommodation. You'll see the nice distance between the cottages. I mean, there's one here, there's one down, a couple down there, but there's plenty of distance in between. Vast expanse of rolling hills and countryside, nestled amongst some incredible wildlife. I feel like, I've stepped out into the middle of the Scottish Highlands, somewhere. It's just absolutely spectacular. And this, of course, of the Myriad Mountain Masters. Day one, there's a couple of days in the saddle. It is about 2 degrees at the moment here. A real nice, cold, chilly start to this Myriad Mountain Masters. About 50 kilometers in the saddle today on the mountain bike, but as you know, I've got that beast of a specialized mountain bike. And this is what it's about. If people ask why an e-bike? And I'll tell you why, because life is busy. And I know that you say, well, there's excuses. But to come along and enjoy 50 kilometers when you're not fit, it's not fun. It's not fun when you don't have time to train, and you can have maybe a host of excuses why 50 kilometers won't be something that you'll enjoy. On a mountain e-bike, it's totally different. You control the kind of fitness level that you want to put into the exercise and the outing, and the battery life and everything else does the rest. And that's what makes it enjoyable. It makes it fun, and importantly, it enables people like myself to come out and enjoy this a spectacular stage race over 3 days without hurting myself. So brilliant! Can't wait. Let me show you what the campsite looks like. Let's go have a look. So this is the official start area of stage 1 out of 3 stages, that is the Myriad Mountain Masters. Behind me, of course, this is the area where bicycles, they'll be looked after overnight, be cleaned, made sure they're all charged for those with e-bikes. Behind me, the village where all the meals take place, and of course, those that are staying in the tented accommodation, luxury accommodation tented, just over there in the background over there. So stage 1 about to get underway. I had a beautiful breakfast, catering world class as per usual, and now it's a matter of getting on the mountain bike and going out and clubbing some amazing routes. This a part of the Tankwa. So for those of you who cycle Tankwa, you'll know it very well. Beautiful part of the world here, and looking forward to go and club 2 stages today. 25 kilometers each, about 650 meters of climbing per stage. Can't wait. Ten kilometers or so to go, stage number 1 of 3 days, and so far loads of mud, loads of fun, and the specialized Levo just going through the paces. Just a really simple day out in that Levo. All right, so stage 1 done and dusted, 1 of 2 stages today. Second stage is on its way a bit later on as you watch this. No doubt it'll almost be over. It's 3 days, and if you ever get the chance to come out here, Myriad Mountain Masters, it's just an incredible event. Dryland events, they're the best of the best when it comes to organizing events in South Africa. They really know how to put it together. All the sponsors that were involved in making this a very special occasion here. I know the guys at Huawei were out here, the guys at Ripple, the guys from Reflex. There's a list of sponsors here that have made this possible for a group of us guys and girls to be out here enjoying some of the beautiful and picturesque Cederberg Mountains. And like I said, it's only day 1 of 3 amazing days in the saddle for me, and for I guess a lot of others in their running shoes, running over parts of the most beautiful parts of the Western Cape, the Tankwa region of the Cederberg. Beautiful stuff, and yeah, John, wish you were here, buddy.
There we go. It looks cool,
Jeez,
huh?
all the gear. I mean,
so while I'm sitting here now, while people are watching this, I'm out on a mountain bike somewhere tackling that you just saw there now out in the Cederberg.
that's proper.
Yeah.
And you have to have the right mountain bike for it too, because
And the
that
right
terrain
car.
and the right car.
Highlights.
Everything keeps going right.
GRS, the GR Sport,
Yeah.
was really a breeze. I'm saying it's a breeze. I haven't been yet, but in the video clip you saw, I was.
Yeah.
So thoroughly enjoyed getting there, and of course using that specialized Levo Turbo. It's the new generation specialized Levo Turbo. 2.2 is the engine model on it. It's a 700 watt e-bike.
I like the turbo. That's cool. That's coming into bikes now.
Love it.
Gee.
But Specialized offers something for absolutely everybody, and
Yeah.
go and check out one of their stores to get a great deal. When hopefully sometime soon we'll also have a code people can use when they go and shop at Specialized as
definitely.
well, which would be really cool. John, that's it for this week's episode of The Fast Lane. We'll be doing a load more cool things next week as well, including an international trip.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking the mickey. You see what I did there?
Tongue in cheek there.
Yeah, cool.
I'll be also on a parade.
You'll be at the Porsche Parade as
Porsche
well.
Parade.
We'll talk about that because as soon as we get back from an overseas trip, we're back at shakeups with Clint and the AMG Driving Academy to do some more driving up there. Like, subscribe, be a part of the community that loves the fast lane South Africa. And a huge thanks again to eBet OneBet, to Sunlum Private Wealth, and to our friends at Breitling. Take care, everybody.
Engines roaring, feel the beat, feel the beat. Ryan and John can't be beat, on the fast lane. So sleek, gotta rev up, hit the street, ooh yeah.